Joan Osell. And no, it's not Irish, it's Swedish. There's no apostrophe. And I'm 61 years old. Just of last week.
Do you mind if we ask your age? We don't show your face.
17.
17.
I'm Taylor McDonald. I live in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'm 32.
My name is Carlos, and I'm in my 40s.
Your name and your age.
My name's Hannah Coleman, and I'm 19 years old.
You have Facebook? What are your privacy settings?
It's pretty high.
What are your privacy settings on Facebook?
I don't really even got my page private. It's just public.
Yeah. Do you have a Facebook?
I do, in fact.
What are your privacy settings on Facebook?
I'm pretty sure it's like my friends of my friends can see my posts.
Do you have social media presence?
Yes,
Do you have Facebook?
I do.
Do you, what are your privacy settings on Facebook, do you think?
It's pretty much standard, like friends can see. I don't have any sort of like settings where people can't find me.
Do you have a Facebook?
I do.
And so what are your privacy settings, do you know?
You know, I actually don't know. I think I have it so that only friends and friends of friends can see.
Do you know anything about cookies online? Okay. Well, cookies are data that is being collected about you, like when you go on Google,
Right.
or if you know, like if you type in something into Google, it will pop up something. How do you feel about stuff you look up on Google being recorded and being taken as data to improve the search engine? Do you feel comfortable with that?
Not really.
Do you ever think about like things like your privacy when you're on Google or something like that?
Yes.
What are cookies?
Cookies are bits of information that like Google or like different shopping websites will collect on you so that they can learn about you and suggest things to you.
Okay, that makes sense.
How do you feel about like Google or like Amazon collecting information on you?
It makes me uncomfortable
Why?
because I haven't asked for it, and I wonder what they will do with that information. And is it opening me up for, this might be extreme, identity theft?
I have been a victim of identity fraud. And it really makes the alerts go on in your head. You know, what do I look at? You know, what is the way that I look at things.
I know that they like go on your laptop and then people know like what you've looked at. Specifically, I look up like flights to Europe all the time, and whenever I clear my cookies all the time because I'm always scared they're going to jack up the price because they know where I'm looking to go.
Interesting.
Facebook uses whatever, they use to kind of track like what you're looking at on the internet and throw like ads at you. I thought it was really weird that I got engaged and I was looking on the internet for rings, and I got ads on my Facebook started popping up going, hey, you know, like, and I'm like, this is kind of like a private thing. Like, I don't want my girlfriend to see it because I'm supposed to be keeping this a secret.
Right.
But
how do you feel about something like that, about your likes being entered into ads?
I don't really like it. I think it's annoying. It is an invasion of privacy. I don't think Facebook should be linked to anything that you're doing off of, Facebook.
Basically, they're selling your online identity to another source so they can advertise. That drives
And how do you feel about that?
That drives me crazy.
Yeah. Do you feel as though you and I would get something different as far as the news just because we're different people and we use it differently?
I mean, I think it like depends on like what kind of news it is.
Yeah.
'Cause, like some news goes like public, and it'll be like some news that be private between people and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Did you hear anything about in the wake of the recent election about news on what people see on Facebook as far as news being tailored to them?
No, I have not heard about that. But I do know the trending thing.
Would you believe it?
That news is being catered to me? Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because now I feel like news has become just as much as an advertisement business as anything else.
Do you feel like you see a different kind of internet than I would see or than someone else would see?
I think so. I think identity characteristics. I'm obviously older than you, and I think there are some things that are marketed to people of certain demographics, be it racial or gender or age. and then probably also region of the country, and purchasing patterns.
Yeah.
It's like once you click on something, you seem to get all these posts that are related to what you clicked on or what you bought. So,
How do you feel about that?
in the moment, I don't pay attention to it because I'm either interested or not. But afterwards, you do wonder, well, how did I get this information? And almost like, how did they know that I would be interested?
As nice as it is that I only get ads to things that like I would look at the same time, then I never look at the other groups or anything else, and it's to the point where we're getting so extremist that we don't even think about looking at non-partial news. We only look at the news that caters to us.
I'm just gonna ask you one quick thing. So, what kind of phone do you have? Do you have a smartphone?
Yes. Is this a smartphone?
Yes.
It's an Android?
Yes,
yeah,
that
it's a Samsung.
counts.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of EMF waves, electromagnetic fields?
Kind of. Maybe.
What pops into your head?
Okay, I don't know. Explain it to
Okay.
me.
Well, they are they're likened to the waves that come off of microwaves, and are known to come off of phones. There's a disclaimer on your on iPhones that says that you are not supposed to hold it within 6 feet of your body because of possible
electromagnetic waves.
Yeah, affecting your health.
I never knew that.
It's terrifying.
Why?
Because I put my phone next to my face all the time. Well, and like if I'm waiting for someone to text me back, I'll stick it under my pillow. Or
Right.
like I'll put it under my arm. Or like if I'm wearing a dress and I don't have a purse, I'll stick it in my bra. Like
Yeah.
that freaks me out.
Have you ever heard of this before?
I have, but I always thought it was just like a hoax, like the rumors like, oh, your phone will give you cancer. And I've always been like, well, you tell me everything will give me cancer. So, but that's a little bit scarier that they have a disclaimer that says that.
How would you feel if someone close to you told you that they can't be around Wi-Fi or Bluetooth because they're sensitive to it?
I would believe that personal story.
Yeah.
It would make me nervous, and I'm not sure it would change my behavior, which is sad to say because it's so ingrained that you always have your phone on you and it's always on.
A friend of yours told you that they could not be around Wi-Fi or Bluetooth because they were sensitive to it. Would you believe them?
I would.
Why?
Because I think that waves are like very sensitive, and knowing things that we know about the way that waves work through the planet, whether a microwave or through like radio, I would definitely believe that it has like a physical element to it.
Well, this entire campus has Wi-Fi, right?
Yes.
Do you think that we should make changes to accommodate if there were students that came out and said that they were sensitive to Wi-Fi?
I would think so. I don't think that. I think that it should be seen as a kind of, not a disability, but as an accommodation that people would need, whether we had like a Wi-Fi free zone or if we just had hotspots and that was it, and there were zones that didn't have Wi-Fi. Because yes,
Do you think that's likely?
that it would happen?
Yeah.
No way, because that's more money and it's more inconvenient.
What if I told you it was less?
Oh, then why not?
It would cost less money for me to just pick up a cord and plug in my computer than it does to run Wi-Fi on this campus. So recently, Mark Zuckerberg posted it's kind of like a blog post on Facebook, but he kind of explained in the wake of a lot of the campaign, talk about the advertisements and things like that, that he terms it as a global community, that we have to let ourselves be open in order to form a global community. What do you think about that?
I do believe that, in order to debate and, understand other people, you have to be open-minded, but you don't have to be open on the internet.
Open source.
Be an open-minded person in public, be an open-minded person just in general. You don't have to be open to, everything that you do on, your free time. So I don't believe that's anything.
With the election and all the things that followed, we found out that Facebook and a lot of political campaigns were using search results as a way of using their advertisements. There's also been a lot of studies that a lot of stores will use what you buy to then sell to you and to sell to other companies. Do you think the government should regulate that or restrict it, or should we leave that to the companies?
I would say no. Get your noses out of our business.
Do you feel like the government should have any hand in monitoring or regulating whether or not a company can take your information like that?
I don't know about monitoring or regulating, but it seems like that they should do more to protect us.
How so?
Because then it becomes a problem of not only individual security, but perhaps even national security.
Well, I think we should leave it to the companies. It seems like we can get more these days by working with some of these companies versus working with the government.
Do you think that the government should have a hand in regulating how much is collected on you?
I want to say yes,
Why?
but I'm also very scared that the government would then cater the news towards them. So I feel like there's no trust when it comes to media at all.
I feel like the government could possibly be one of those groups that are abusing it. So
How so?
using it to keep tabs on people for no reason. You know, everyone talks about like phones being tapped and being able to hear everything that even when your cell phone's not turned on, like being able to hear stuff like that. And we'll never know the truth like fully until there's an investigation done, but I'm sure the government is one of those groups that kind of keeps tabs on people that way. And, you know, if they want to regulate it, they will, but not on their end. I feel like they're going to keep it hush-hush. So they'll be able to do it, but then make it so that other groups can't do it.
I'm an optimist. I don't come crashing down on people if I think they're wrong. I talk with them like we're doing right now. And it has gotten me this far in life.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's a tough road. And things have changed so much.
Do you think that there is a way to be completely private in this day and age?
No.